The Core News project really is a vocational training project for adults with learning difficulties and disabilities. Myself and my wife set up Core News with some start-up funding from the community grants which we applied for in Tower Hamlets. And that meant that we could provide the basic resources we needed to run with what is essentially a newspaper, to create a newspaper that is printed every 2 months. What we identified in the borough was the need for real work experience, an opportunity for adults who wanted to move away from college, get out of the daycare provision into something that was real as a work placement. This provided the real opportunity to create a newspaper, for also them to understand what it's like to be at work, to have deadlines, to have responsibilities and to cope with those. The project itself, CORE, stands for Creating Opportunity for Real Life Experience. So we're trying to create the opportunity for adults with learning difficulties and disabilities who don't traditionally have access to the labour market, to bring them as close as we can to that labour market by giving them the skills, the experience and the confidence that they would need to look for work and to sustain employment. The Core News project is run by myself and my wife, who happens to be on maternity leave at the moment. We set up the project. We have 4 volunteers, 2 come on a Monday and 2 that come on a Thursday. The Monday and Thursday groups are slightly different in their profile. And we also employ a support worker on the Thursday as well. The Core News project profile of the adults with learning difficulties and disabilities is quite interesting. We are based in Tower Hamlets, so we have a higher percentage of people from the Bengali community, but we have people from other sections of the community as well. The makeup of the participants, I suppose, is not what we'd expect in terms of the male and female split, but in terms of the cultural balance, it's what we would have thought considering the borough we're in, which is Tower Hamlets. When we wrote out the profile for the funding purposes of who we expected to come on the project, we anticipated a 50-50 split with a male and female, but actually we have 70% female and 3% male, which kind of surprised us a little. But looking across in terms of cultural mix is what we had anticipated.